I'm looking in the super chat right now, and it looks like Kramer's there. Howdy, y'all. Sounds good. Jim PP is also in the super chat. Good to see you. Hey, wait a minute. You're on the panel too. Good to see you on the panel. We also got Tony Marzano, Angela Preslick. We got Next Batman, Jeremy, Shane's Planet, Daniel Rouge. Hey, Daniel, I just got your self-addressed stamped envelope today, so you got a raffle ticket coming to you. And we got Gary. I don't know, Gary, is it Simmons or Simons? And also Will Fly. This is going to be a really fun show, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here. Let's go ahead and introduce everybody on the panel. Kris will be here in just a moment, for my dog is choking. So let's start off with our very own Jim from Canada A with the maple syrup smelling money and maple syrup smelling, I don't know, maybe calendars also?
No,
No?
won't be doing any of that. Mind you, Ryan, he said that I could get some, he got me some fragrance. I think it's coming. Yeah.
Oh, what? That's pretty cool. Well, welcome, Jim. You own Care Printing and Publishing. You are our official sponsor. You've taken care of us as far as getting our paramotor calendars out to people, printing up stickers, and all sorts of amazing things. So tell us real quick about your company and how do we get up with you? And I heard something about I'm worth 10%.
Yeah, sure. You can connect with me through carepp.com or and the email and all the information is on there, ways to contact me. We're a custom print shop, so we can print pretty much anything you want. And we've got access to vinyl printers, cutters, die cutters. We can do paper in all shapes and sizes and not denominations, but forms. There you go. And thicknesses, there. So you name it, we can do it.
Excellent. Tell us about that 10% thing about PPG Grandpa.
Mention PPG Grandpa and you'll get 10% off your order.
That is awesome. I love to be worth 10%. And I appreciate you, Jim, for everything you do for the show, for the sport. You are an amazing ambassador and definitely appreciate you, Jim.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We also got our very own James Bevel. Guess what? He also does amazing things. He also prints up stickers and stuff. He might become an official sponsor of the show too. It seems like he's going to. Hey, James, tell us a little bit about your jbppg.com and what you provide.
Oh, I provide tumblers, t-shirts, custom coffee mugs, keychains. You know, just you name it, anything I can try to put stuff on, that's what I'm doing, whether it be PPG related or not. I don't do calendars or anything like that, you know, or printing on paper, but I try to do unique stuff. So
I definitely like unique stuff. I heard that if you go over to jbppg.com and make a free account, when you do decide to buy something, I'm worth something too. Am I worth 10% over there?
yes, sir, you are. In there, you put in the code all caps PPG Grandpa, and that is worth 10% off your purchase.
Excellent. Well, we definitely appreciate you. And I heard that your store is kicking some butt. Tons of customers there, tons of orders, and they're definitely keeping you busy. So you also do free stuff too, sometimes in the month, right? So if you just go over to jbppg.com sporadically, he'll just send you out some free stuff. So thank you, James, for everything that you do, buddy. Don't forget to go over there and make that free account because you might find something cool in the mail. We also got our very own Linda Anderson, our paramomusa.com. What's up, girl? How are you doing? And we definitely appreciate you with everything that you do.
Hey, welcome. Gotta get my popcorn for everybody. There you go. Welcome, everybody. It's Monday. Thanks for all joining us tonight. And we got a really cool show lined up for you. We got Kris Wheeler in the house. My dog is choking.
Woot, woot, woot.
Y'all sit back, grab some snacks, everything. And if you want to be on the show and be a guest, like my friend Kris here, just get up with paramomusa.com, which will take you right to my Facebook page, which you could just DM me. Did I say it right, Grandpa? DM me.
PM, DM, whatever. It's all good.
And yeah, and I'll set you up, get you on the show. Just you know where to find me. So everybody enjoy. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you very much, Miss Linda, for doing all the stuff that you do behind the scenes, keeping track of all the people that are going to be on the show. We wouldn't be able to do without you. So thank you very much. We definitely
You're
appreciate it.
welcome. Thank you.
Excellent. We also got Ryan Rides. What's up, buddy? How are you doing with your drones and all your fun stuff you got going on?
We are back in business. Our drones just got back from Florida this afternoon, and tomorrow evening we are going to start doing some more test flights with some new designs that I've been working on over the winter, and just happy to be getting back in the air with the drones and getting to fly myself, actually, because it's getting to that time of year where the weather's nice. So when I'm not flying drones, I'll be in the air flying myself.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, for people that don't know you talking about drones, exactly what do you do and what is your company name?
So I am the chief pilot and general manager of Starflight Drone Shows. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Starflight Drones Drone Show. Sorry. We do drone light shows for private events, weddings, corporate events, you name it. If you've got the space, we can fly for it. So hit me up.
Absolutely. Sounds absolutely amazing. Kris Wheeler, hold on one quick second here because we also got to say hello to Will Fly from willflyppg.com. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Glad that you're in the house, man. And you're still on mute, so you might want to click that unmute so we can hear you. There you go, buddy.
Always on mute, man. That's just my thing. Now, just getting back from having a wonderful time in Alabama at the Holler at the Waller. And Brian Waller's got an awesome setup there. Just a real enjoyable time. But man, it was a long drive and I'm kind of still in recovery mode. But it's good to be here.
Excellent. Well, we're definitely glad that you're here. And a little birdie said that it was your birthday today. Is that true, sir?
It is true.
You are actually on the show on your birthday. How does that even work? I mean, what? No birthday party? What's going on, man?
I mean, this is how important the show is to me, right? I mean, I could be out having a nice juicy ribeye steak, but no, I'm hanging out with you guys.
You guys. Well, you know what? We did try to sing happy birthday years ago to my mom, and it was atrocious. But I think we need to try it one more time. Everybody unmute yourself. We're going to sing happy birthday to Will Fly real quick. It's going to be crazy because of all the lagging, but this is going to be great. Ryan, go ahead and unmute. James, ready? Let's go ahead and sing happy birthday the best we can to Will Fly. Ready? And begin. Happy
birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Will Fly. Happy birthday to you. Yay.
That was pretty impressive, actually. That worked out a lot better than last time you guys tried it.
We got better fast internet connection, I think.
Well, thanks to you guys, and thanks to everyone in the chat for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Oh, and Tony is right.
And Tony.
You can
The
see it.
blizzard. Ah.
And the blizzard just totally knocked off your camera. But anyways, guys, thank you very much. My name is Sean Simons, PPG Grandpa. This is ClearPropTV.com, and we have an amazing paramotor podcast. Tonight we have the infamous Kris Wheeler. My dog is choking. We have him for about an hour, so we're going to listen to his amazing stories about all the stuff that he's done. He's also one of the owners of Paraswag USA. And if you haven't been over to paraswagusa.com, definitely go over there, check it out. It's an amazing website, lots of stuff that he's building. Kris, welcome to the show, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Hey, good to see you too, Sean. How you been?
Doing pretty good, man. It's been a year since you've been on our show. I think it was, episode 130 or something like that last year?
I thought I was on less than a year ago. Maybe it was a year. I don't know. Time flies. I'm not sure.
Definitely. Flies like paramotor pilots. We're also going to be doing a spinning wheel of winning things because I got some Paraswag USA stickers. I got Run to the Sky stickers. I even got some paraglidingtalk.com stickers. So we're going to be spinning the spinning wheel tonight. So if you guys want to win something, make sure you say hello to Will Fly PPG on the super chat. Kris, man, you are so busy. You got so many things going on. For those of you out there that don't know Kris, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into paramotoring, and why are you so busy, man?
YouTube, got into paramotoring because I saw a YouTube video. I think it was Woody back in the day when Woody used to make videos. Thought it was cool. Called around every school, couldn't get in because I only had like a week time frame to get in. I got in with Carl, no, with oh, the guy down in Florida, Happy Thoughts.
Kyle Mooney? No,
No,
Carson.
no. Carson, yeah, Carson Rodenizer, that's his name. He got me up in the air and I've been hooked ever since. And it's kind of been a huge life changer for me. I've been flying now for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. I'm not sure. But it's something that I do on a daily basis. If I can get up in the air, I'm in the air. And I've kind of wrapped my entire life around that sport, in which now I travel just to go find places to fly and do that kind of fun stuff. So
Tell us a little bit about Paraswag USA and how you got that started, and then we want to hear more about this amazing stuff that you have going on overseas.
So I'm not smart enough to run Paraswag USA. I have very little to do with the company, except for making lighted props. If you guys have seen the lighted props online, I opened a company in Colombia to get the manufacturing done on that. So I'm full hands on that, but Paraswag itself is run by Mark George, way smarter guy than me as far as being able to run retail. It's also run by Devlin Hendrickson. So between Devlin and Mark and then Alicia, those three kind of have a lot more to do with Paraswag than I do. But Paraswag, basically, we look for unique products in the paragliding and paramotor world. And then we try to import those products into the US and then sell them. So right now, we've got a really, really good harness that we've just picked up. So we got a distribution from Seoul, which is out of Brazil. So while I was down in South America, I checked out their stuff. I was really, really impressed with the Revolution harness. And so we were able to acquire that. And so now we're starting to push that on the website. I don't know if it's on the website yet because we've gone through our testing. So I don't know if Devlin's put that up yet. Also was able to get in with Evo Aviation out of Bulgaria. And they have and I'm really, really excited about this, new paramotor coming out that I should see in the next 2 or 3 days. We have one on 7. They're coming in the next 2 or 3 days. It's a 4.5 gallon tank, but it's all just like the old Evo, to where it's up in between the motor. So it's not down by your knees where the gasoline would, make the paramotor heavy on the bottom end. It's all middle. So anyway, that's Paraswag USA. If you want to know more about it, talk to me, because really I'm kind of hands off in that. I've been spending most just kind of revamping my YouTube channel, and I have been putting videos on hold just because I have so much footage from my travels that I'm going to try to switch over and make that more of a travel type paramotor channel than that's too.
Okay, well, we're looking right now at paraswagusa.com, and it looks like you have a lot of frames, the Rebels out there. You're selling all the different types of motors. Do you have wings also, or is it just paramotors right now?
No, we do have wings. Talk to Mark wings wise, because I honestly I don't know. I'm very hands off in that company. So
Okay, guys, if you want to check out paraswagusa.com, just go ahead and go there and check it out. They got lots of really cool stuff over there. Definitely need to check it out. Now, Kris, what are the things that you're doing overseas, and is there a .com for that as far as your stuff over that you're doing with your, I guess, your vacation destination?
So I've been traveling to Colombia quite a bit. Pretty long trip over.
Okay.
What's that?
I think we're losing you. You're cutting in and out a little bit.
let me do where the cows live. And so I have really horrible internet. So I'm going to connect on my phone so you can hear me audio on my phone. So other people, I connect on my phone.
Okay. I think I heard what you're trying to do. But anyway, does anybody have, okay, Kris, real quick, if you can let us know, what is the, I think that I put everything on here. Let me go ahead and double check your .coms and stuff that I have here. Let's see, where is your stuff for your stuff overseas? Is it My Dog is Choking, or is there another .com that we need to go to check that out?
My dog is choking.
All right. Can someone open up mydogischoking.com and put that up on the screen for us, please, while we're waiting for him to reconnect? And while we're doing that, guys, remember, we're going to be spinning the wheel. We also are transitioning our podcast over to the nonprofit podcast. Still going to be the same thing every Monday night. There's going to be really nothing different other than I don't own it. And the Run Into the Sky nonprofit is going to own this and do little things different here and there. Like if you guys win something, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope and we send you out all the stickers that way. It helps the nonprofit a lot. All right, we're looking at My Dog is Choking right now. And oh, that's YouTube. Can you go to is that where it goes to? mydogischoking.com is forwarding to your YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, excellent. All right, so what do we have here on your YouTube channel? You still trying to connect to the audio, Kris? I think he is.
Yep.
All right, who's pulling that up? Jim, you're pulling that up, sir?
I don't know who's doing that.
Jim, are you pulling that up? He's on mute, so
It might be me.
It's me.
okay. All right.
I think it's me. I can't, for some reason, I can't see what I'm doing on Zoom disappeared on me. So,
Well, that's weird.
yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, it went full screen. So just escape out of that.
I'll just stop his screen sharing real quick. That way you can figure out what's going on, Mr. Jim. Appreciate you though.
What do you mean? Like, I didn't need to see myself.
You didn't need to see yourself. If you get,
I'm pretty and all, but I get to see myself all the time.
all right. So Will is doing that. Will, if you can like pop open a video and just let it play while we're trying to get Kris to.
I did not optimize.
That's all right.
Okay.
We'll see what it does. So anyways, while we're trying to get Kris to reconnect so we can hear him, we're looking at The Legend of Reubenfly, a paragliding story. And it is kind of choppy over here.
I can stop it if I need to.
How you guys, can you guys see it okay? Is it choppy for you? Looks like it's kind of smooth. Anybody else? Ryan, James?
It's smoother now. It's fairly smooth over here.
Okay. So
Oh,
Kris is still, yeah, there we go. So Kris is still trying to connect so we can hear him.
Wow, man, that is sweet.
And what we're doing right now, if you're listening to this, it looks like Jack joined the room. Jack, welcome. Glad you made it to our audio live stream. Appreciate you being here. And Kris is still trying to connect to audio. And what we're doing is we're watching his YouTube channel. So if you're listening to us right now, you can go over to mydogischoking.com and it forwards over to his. All right, we got to. Who has that? Ryan, is that you?
That's Kris probably, because he's got two devices.
Kris, is that you? Oh yeah, he has
All
two
right,
devices
it's better
going.
now.
Okay, there we go. Good deal.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right, Kris. So go ahead and tell us what we see on the screen real quick. We'll do that, and then we'll go back over to your overseas destination.
So this is one of my trips to Colombia. Basically, this video here was a tribute to the grandfather of paragliding in South America, a guy named Ruben Montoya, who is an absolute legend in the paragliding world, and he's been doing paramotors now for probably about 10 years. He's been doing paragliding since the early 1990s. And everybody who's an instructor in Colombia learned from him. And so they now have students. So he really started the entire sport over there, and it has become a mecca of paragliding. In fact, the British World Championships, I think, were in Colombia this year. So it's becoming a destination location just for paragliding pilots. And he now wants to move that into a destination location for paramotor pilots as well. And so it's been something that I've been helping him with, just to kind of go through the logistics and find the good spots in order to be able to fly, not just paragliders, but paramotors as well. So if anyone is looking for an awesome tour, whether it's free flight or motor, and you're up for a good trip down to the Caribbean, this is just hit me up. Just, email me at Kris@mydoggischoking.com. It's KRIS, by the way. And I'll hook you up with Ruben and kind of go from there. So I have become fairly integrated into Colombia now, because literally last year I lived half the year there. So I have a house there now. I have transportation there now. And I've just been kind of spending most of my time flying actually over there, because it's always perfect weather. You can always get a flight in every day. There's always new scenery. And so on this last trip, I decided to take my motorcycle and just drive pretty much the entire country of Colombia, from the midsection all the way to the coast and back. Got lost while I was there, going down dirt roads in the middle of the rain at night because my phone had died and I didn't have a map. Finally got into a city, was able to find a hotel, rest for the night, but that was kind of a weird excursion. So now this next trip, I'm going to go back in probably a month and a half, make a rack for my motorcycle so I can put the paramotor on the back, and then just be able to drive South America, stop wherever I want, and then just, fly random places. So that's kind of the idea at the moment.
What are the regulations like there? Are they laxed, or specifically for paramotoring and flying over population? And
so it's a lot like here. Basically, it's daylight hours. Stay away from large populations. Stay away from the airports. But because I'm hooked up with Ruben, there's certain locations that Ruben is allowed to fly that no one else is allowed to fly, and which is kind of handy. So there's a city on the coast called Cartagena that has an airport right by it. We're actually allowed to fly right by that airport, as long as we stay underneath a certain elevation. No one else is allowed to fly there, and it's gorgeous there. So it's kind of like a nice hookup. Ruben has a lot of those hookups throughout the country on where he can fly that nobody else can. So because some of it is local regulations and some of it is federal regulations. So the federal regulations are pretty much the same. The local ones, they kind of differ here and there, depending on where you are.
Excellent. Now, I know the last time we talked last year, you were talking about your paramotor / paragliding adventure destination over in Colombia. Colombia, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Can you tell us, I mean, I know that you were just starting it last year. I assume that is just incredible right now. Can you tell us more about that and how we can get there, and tell us more about it?
All right. So it depends on if you're going to do free flight, if you're going to do motor, or if you're going to do both. Either way, what you need to do is you just need to bring your wing and get a round trip ticket into Colombia. It doesn't matter what city you arrive in. I'll have somebody meet you at that city. So if it's cheaper to fly into Bogota, go to Bogota. If it's cheaper to fly into Medellin or Cartagena, fly into one of those. I'll have somebody meet you at the airport and then get you to the city you need to be, depending on what kind of tour you want to do. The round trip airfare is a lot cheaper in the summer than it is the winter. So if you're going in like December, January time, the airfare is actually kind of high. Last summer, it was like $300 round trip from Dallas. into
Wow.
Bogota. So it's fairly cheap to fly in. Now, once you're in the country, you can fly anywhere round trip for about $40. So once you're here, so that's why I'm saying it doesn't matter what city you arrive in, because you can get to any city really quick and really cheap. So yeah, just let me know what kind of flying you want to do. You know, this last trip I had an amazing flight. We went island hopping, so we went 15 miles out across the ocean to an island, and these islands are, you know, kind of very picturesque, like you would imagine, you know, with the blue waters and the white beaches. And we just kind of flew around the islands and then headed back. And yeah, it's that kind of flying. If you've never done it, it's amazing. We have a chase boat, all that good stuff. So
That is incredible. So if I want to go over there, how long can I go over there for?
well, that's up to you. You know, cost of living over there is a lot cheaper than it is over here. So you're going to spend more living in the States than you will visiting there, even though you'd probably be eating out every night. But you could have like ribeye steaks for lunch and dinner, and, you know, with a margarita or whatever you're drinking, and your entire food bill for the day might be $12.
So do we get together with you to arrange something like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just hit me up. Let me know how many guys you got coming, and let me know, and I'll give you the itinerary. Just kind of let me know what kind of flying you want to do. If you want to do more like, you know, mountains and jungle and waterfall type stuff, let me know. If you want to do more coastal flying, if you want to do island hopping, you know, what do you want to do? Do you want to do a mix of paragliding and paramotor, or you just want to do paragliding, or you just want to do paramotor? Just let me know what you want to do, and I'll kind of set an itinerary depending on what you want to do.
I really need to get my passport.
Sounds like a 2-week or 4-week vacation down there with you, buddy.
You'll train
Well,
paragliding?
it could be. I would say the minimum time you need is 5 days. The reason you want 5 days is, you know, you have a day of travel in there, and then you're going to have, once you're there, you're going to want to spend more time there than you think. So if you're thinking like a long weekend, make it a 5-day weekend. Don't make it a 4-day weekend.
I think I'm going to make it a 30-day weekend. That's going to be really awesome. Anything like next year in April, we're going to have the full solar eclipse going through the United States. Over there, is there anything coming up like that we might want to think about going over there for that particular day, week, destination?
All right. Check this out. I don't know about what's going on with the solar eclipses there. If you see it in the northern hemisphere, I don't know how much of that you're going to see in the southern hemisphere. Even though we're not in the southern hemisphere, we're fairly close to the equator. I don't know how much of that is going to pass through, so I'd have to look it up. But if you want to do a moonlight flight, plan your trip around a full moon.
We can do moonlight flights over there?
Well, like I said, Reuben's allowed to do things that other pilots are not allowed to do. So that's why Reuben is the good hookup.
Oh my gosh. How many
Yeah.
people out there wanted to fly at night, wants to fly, I know so many people. I mean, I'm one of them. I would love to be able to do something like that. So maybe we need to put together a big group that goes over there for a big full moon midnight flight type of thing. That would be incredible.
Yeah. Well, so imagine this, the beach, full moon, moonlight flight with a lighted propeller, because that's what I did my last trip. We both had lighted propellers, very easy to see each other. And yeah, the moonlight flights are amazing.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I'm drooling right now because that sounds so amazing. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So during the summer, I can just whip out $30 for a round trip flight, go over there. I'm thinking that, $12 a day is what we need to do for meals. Make sure I bring my wing and maybe a pair of underwear. I can find everything else over there that I want, right? I mean, it's going to be really cheap. What do you think it'd cost for like maybe a whole month of just going over there, spending a vacation at this amazing destination? What do you think it'd cost about if I wanted to go crazy and have so much fun? $1,000
Well,
maybe?
if you don't want to bring a suitcase, if you don't want to bring a suitcase, let me know. I'll hire a concierge for you. That concierge will buy all of the things for you. So they'll buy your toiletries and your clothing and all that thing for you. So you don't have to go shopping. Plus, they'll get it at a cheaper rate than you because you're white. Unfortunately, you're going to get charged more. So it's better to have somebody else buy that stuff for you because they won't get the gringo prices, right? So if you give them, a couple $100 to buy your clothes and then give them another $100 for their service, you're probably good there. $300 to make sure you don't have to, carry a bag. As far as your food goes, I would say $20 a day, right? And the reason is because at night you're probably going to want to drink a few beers or whatever. You're probably going to want to enjoy yourself while you're there, right? As far as your motor goes, you're going to have to rent the motor, right? And the motor is going to be rented at $100 a day. So kind of figure in, your motor rental, unless you want to bring your motor with you, and then your flights. So
Does the $100 a day include gas?
yes.
Nice.
I'm going to burn out at least $100 worth of gas.
Yeah, so you get the motor. So how much flying time, is it yours to do as much flying as you want, or?
So it depends on where you're flying, right? So if you want to do coastal flying, then yeah, you can fly all day because you're on the coast. If you're not doing coastal flying and you're doing inland flying, well, you're kind of evening, morning, as far as motors go. As far as paragliding goes,
to do whatever you want with the whole day.
yeah. So you're going to get more bang from your buck along the coast. And those coastal flights are amazing. So, for instance, I took a coastal flight from Barranquilla to Cartagena. It's 125 kilometers. So I don't know, what's that? 70, 80 miles, something like that. It was probably a 2.5 hour flight or so. But you're kind of worn out afterwards. You want to take a break, rest, drink, get some Gatorade in you, rehydrate. And then if you want to do more of the coast or whatever, it kind of will depend upon you. Right. So it depends on your wing as well. Do you have, tip toggles to where you can just kind of, trim out and steer with your fingers, or are you hanging on the brakes the entire time type of thing, So, if you're flying coast, you can fly all day, but you're going to get tired. So, if you want to go inland, there's some beautiful, beautiful landscapes, especially in Antioquia, that you can just fly and just, it's just eye candy the entire time, but it's inland flying. So it's going to be morning and evening flights if you're doing motor. As far as if you're wanting to do free flight, now you're kind of limited to mid-morning to mid-afternoon is where your flight times are, because you need the thermals. So.
And if we never did any free flying, we can actually learn how to free fly over there. Is that correct, Kris?
You can, yes. There's a cost to that, though, because you're having to pay your instructor.
Do you know what that is offhand about?
I don't. And I'd imagine that just the instructors I know down there, I'd imagine that they'd watch you for a good 5 or 6 days, because they're all going to force you to go down bunny hills and do that kind of thing. It's not a 2-day learning process.
Okay, that sounds like something that would be really fun too. The only thing I don't know is the hotel or room cost. What is that usually about?
It depends on the time of year. So the time of year and the location you're in differs greatly. I have a house in Medellin that I rent out, and I rent that out for $300 a month. And that is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, full house. And that's if you wanted to do free flight. Medellin is kind of a mecca for free flight. But it's not the greatest place to do motor. If you're looking at Airbnbs along the coast, they can be anywhere from $30 a night to $300 a night, depending on what your taste in hotels are and what time of year. If you're going December, January, those prices are going to be high. They're going to be, $100 or more a night. If you're going in the summertime, then they're going to be closer to the $40 a night.
So it sounds like summertime is the way to go. What is the temperature usually summertime? Is it really just incredibly hot, or is it just temper, or how's the weather during
So
the summertime?
yeah, you got to remember you're on the equator, so you don't have a weather change very much between winter and summer. The weather is pretty much the same. You do have a rainy season in the mountain areas, and that rainy season is December to probably early March. On the coast, though, it's you're good year round. You're going to be in the 80s year round. There is, if you look at a map, bring up a map of Colombia real quick and put that on the screen, because I'm going to show you one place that you can fly only in October and November, but it's worth it just to come in October and November to fly this place.
Okay. Can somebody bring up a map? Hey, Scuba Steve made it. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, bud. We also have some questions in the super chat that we will be asking in just a moment. So if you guys asked a question, we're going to be asking that for Kris here in just a moment. All right. We are now looking for Colombia.
It's two O's. It's no, wrong Colombia. It's COLO. You're going to the northeast of, yeah, that's the wrong Colombia. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Okay, so for those of you that are listening to this after the live show, we're actually looking on Google Maps, and we're going to Colombia to look at the region.
All right, do you see the horn of Colombia up by Aruba? So head north.
Yep, Aruba.
Yeah, keep going to the right. Yeah, now not Aruba is in Venezuela. Go to the left, and you see that horn right there? Right there. Zoom in on that horn.
If you guys are listening to this, you might want to go over to our live or to our video and watch this when you get the chance.
Zoom in on any place in here.
Will, you're on mute if you're trying to say something.
Yeah, and kind of go towards the coast.
Which would
so
be
head north. Yeah, head north towards the coast. All right, this is nothing but hundreds of miles of nothing but absolute desert. Very, very few people live here, but it's sand dunes and just like crystal blue water and just an amazing, amazing landscape. It's like visiting Mars. And this location you can fly, but you can only fly it in October and November. And the reason is because that's the only time the winds are light enough to be able to fly this area, because it gets a lot of winds off the Atlantic Ocean. But in October and November, this place is a mecca to fly.
Wow. And that looks like real shallow water around it. I don't know.
Zoom in there, because there's some lakes in there, there's some rivers in there, but it's nothing but absolute desert.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. So Colombia is kind of a unique country in which it has all the landscapes that you can imagine. It has desert, it has mountains, it has forests, it has jungles, it has plains, it has everything. But this location here, I have yet to fly, but everybody who's flown it has told me you got to go in October and November and fly this, because it's a life changer. So
look at the sharp contrast there. I mean, it's like desert and then boom.
Yeah.
Trees.
Yeah.
Like that's really cool.
Yeah.
So
now head west if you would, till we start getting to the coast.
Further west.
Yeah, you might want to zoom out, because you got to go a good 100 miles to the west. The other west.
Oh yeah, the other west. I'm going.
I was gonna say he's going east.
Oh yeah.
And then once you hit the ocean there, just start heading south and southwest until you get to a city called Santa Marta. And you might want to zoom out more just so you can kind of see it. Because that area, that horn is a huge, huge desert area.
There's Santa Marta.
Okay, it's on your left there. Yep. So do you see all these coves in the northern part of Santa Marta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so flying in there is absolutely gorgeous because it's a bunch of coves and you can go over those hills and then into another cove and over the hills and into another cove. When I say hills, they're technically mountains because they're pretty high. But each one of those coves is one of those places where you would take a picture because it's just white sand and crystal blue waters and that kind of thing. A lot of these beaches are not even visited. So if you landed there on the beach, you'd be the only person there.
Wow.
So you could, well, now of course that doesn't look like a beach there.
Well,
But-
not there, but you'd have to go into those coves to find those beaches.
Yeah, don't land out there. I don't think that'd be fun.
Yeah. And then once you get into the city, you want to stay away from the city here. Like right there, you're looking at a pretty populous area. So we wouldn't fly around that area over there. And if you head southeast from where you're at, you will see the largest mountain in. By the way, in Santa Marta, we can land at one of those beaches, grab some hiking boots, hike up into the mountains because there's a lost city up there that's not excavated yet, but it's like, it's kind of like the Mayan. I don't know if it's Mayan or Aztec. It's one of those jungle settlements cities that still the archaeological sites are not quite done yet. So they're half covered, half uncovered kind of thing. It's kind of cool.
This whole thing is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. It's quite the thing. Now, Colombia has a bit of a bad reputation because of the last 20 years, but 10 years ago, the government's kicked out all the cartels. There's still a little bit of that going on, but you'll never see it. It's very safe. I've never felt unsafe while I was there, and I've been into pretty sketchy neighborhoods too. So
Tony was asking, when you do excursions like this, do you take a ground crew along?
yeah, of course, we have a van that follows with all the gear, extra paramotor tools, all of that stuff, of course, and gas, just in case you need to land out somewhere. And everybody has a radio.
Good. Which one of these mountains was the tallest? You were going to point that out.
Yeah, if you zoom out, sometimes you can see the snow on the top of it. I think it's called
Right
Paso
here?
de Mongo. It's somewhere right in there. Yeah, maybe it's there. Yeah,
Huh.
there we go.
You really do have a wide variety of scenery. I mean,
Oh,
dang.
yeah.
Huh. Very nice.
Yeah. So you can see those two cities, Bancaria and Cartagena. My last long flight there was between those two cities. So I started at Bancaria and I landed in Cartagena. Beautiful, beautiful flight, just following the coast the whole way.
Wow. If time was no object for people over here wanting to go over and hang out with you and do some amazing stuff, would you recommend 2 weeks or a month, or what would you recommend?
If time was no object, I would say 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks, and you're gonna be free flight. You're gonna be doing motoring. You're just gonna be, hanging out. Yeah, and we'll be hitting several cities there.
That is absolutely incredible.
Now, how much flight time would someone have before you would recommend them coming down to do some of those?
You cannot come down unless you have at least 100, 150 hours under your belt. Yeah, because this is not a you have to understand you're in a pretty much a third world country. So if you land out, you better know basic rules about landing out. If you have a motor out, like how much altitude do I need to keep in order to find a spot to land? And you're playing that game, where's my spot to land? Because sometimes you're heading over the ocean, or you're heading over the jungle, or you're heading over whatever. This is not a let's learn how to fly type of trip.
But you could go down for training, right? It sounds like to learn
Yeah,
how
absolutely. if you don't know how to either motor or paraglide, there's an awesome set of instructors down there. In fact, I could even bring instructors from the States down there if you wanted to learn down there. The advantage of learning down there versus in the States is you're going to have good weather every single day. You're going to have flight time every single day.
That's no small thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had a couple questions in the chat.
Okay.
One was, I'm just going to go backwards, but what's the concealed carry laws in Colombia? I guess
I don't know what the concealed carry laws are. I don't carry a gun while I'm there. I've never needed to carry a gun. I've never seen the need for anybody to carry a gun. Like I said, it has a bad reputation, but once you're down there, you'll understand it's probably more safe than a lot of cities here in the United States. I would carry a gun if I lived in Chicago, but I wouldn't carry a gun in Medellin, right? You can carry a gun down there. I don't know if it's concealed carry or open carry. I haven't looked into the laws that much. There is a permit required to do it, but it's not something you see. Nobody carries guns down there. It's not a thing. It's not. Your crime is pretty much pickpocketing type stuff. It's not Venezuela.
I gotcha. And then Tony Marzano was asking, did you fly PPG or free flight first?
Depends on what you want to do, and it depends on what time of year you're coming down.
Well, no, you personally. Did you start?
I originally went down there to do free flight because free flight is so popular there. There's literally LZs in every city, and there's probably 5 or 6 LZs in every city. They're just because it's so mountainous.
Did we lose his audio, or is it just me?
Well, he's on mute.
I lost it.
One. Yeah, we lost it.
Chris, go ahead and say something again.
Okay, does it work now?
We got you. Yeah, we got you.
Okay, sorry. I went down there originally for free flight is why I went down there, because it's a mecca for free flight. It's just such a mountainous area that you can free fly from anywhere. So that's why I originally went down there. Paramotoring is not very popular there at all. In fact, very, very few people have ever even heard of a paramotor. So when you land, by the way, all the village kids are going to run up to you and say like, oh, what's that? And blah, blah, blah. It's kind of cool.
So do a lot of people speak English over there, or we're going to have to learn another language?
No. And I don't speak Spanish. I use Google Translate. That's how I communicate. My Spanish is probably what a 2-year-old is talking. So yeah, no, very, very few people speak English, but it's not an issue as long as you got a phone, because you can just use Google Translate.
Since you said phone, what kind of signal do they have? Is there pretty good coverage as far as cell phones?
Yeah, pretty much everybody uses WhatsApp because understands the poor country and a lot of people can't afford data. So WhatsApp is key for communicating as far as texting back and forth. If you're going to text, it's WhatsApp. If you're going to call, your cell phone coverage is pretty darn good. I would say it's probably what Colorado is, right? So Colorado has pretty good coverage, but if you're like way out in the boonies, it's not so great.
Okay.
Chris, that microphone you did in one of your videos, do you still think that that's the best one to use for audio on a paramotor?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Can you tell us about that real quick? Because I don't remember hearing about that.
Yeah, it's a video I did. I don't know. I don't remember when I did it, but it's the
About 9 months
SMH.
ago.
Yeah, it's SMH10 from Sena, SENA. You can either buy the SMH10. I don't know if they make the SMH10 anymore. Or you can buy the replacement kit. And in the replacement kit has that microphone.
Okay, excellent.
It's $30, by the way, so it's not going to break the bank.
How was your experience with your motor out that you had down there in Colombia?
So that was probably 3 trips ago when I was flying up in Guatapé. Yeah, that was a huge lesson learned. I was flying somebody else's motor on an engine that I'd never flown before as well. And it just came back from the coast, and I took it up into the mountains to fly around, and the carburetor kind of wasn't adjusted and had a motor out over a lake, but it turned out well.
That's good. Can you tell us really quick about the paramotors that you've flown over there, as far as the renting ones? What kind of frames, what kind of motors, are they brand new? Are they really used?
Nope. So they're all going to be Vitarazi 185s. They're either going to be a Parajet or an Evo Rebel, one of the two.
Oh, okay. Excellent. I think there's more questions. I think Mad Sloper said, what is the typical 10-day PG tour cost?
Yeah, so that the tour itself is $2,000, and I think it's a 7-day tour. And then on top of that is lodging and food. However, I think Ruben's putting together an entire package to where it's $3,000, includes lodging, food, transportation, everything. So I'll have to talk to Ruben. I don't know. Once I know these details, I'll probably throw it out on either YouTube or Paraswag or something. So right now, if you just want to do a tour with me, just do a tour with me, but if you have a group of people, 5 or 6 that all want to come down, it's something that we'd probably have to go through Ruben with. So.
Okay. How many people are usually in a tour? Is it like just a couple of people, or?
No, right now Ruben's doing a tour of 5, and it's a coastal tour, and it's all the way from the border of Panama. And I think it goes all the way up to Covanas. If you look on the map, Covanas is not quite as far as Cartagena, and I think it's around that area. It's mostly island hopping type of tour. And I think he's got 5 people going on that one.
Is that like every month that we got a tour going, or is it every 2 weeks, or how does that work?
I don't know. I'd have to check.
Okay.
So I haven't done an official release of the tours that I'm going to be doing. Right now, it's just when people hit me up, I'm just like, okay, come down here, let's do it, type of thing. So once I get something official, then I'll let you know, Sean.
Okay, excellent. I think
Yeah,
we got
a little bit of logistics that I have to play around with. But right now, it's people that mostly it's people coming down and saying, hey, I want to paraglide. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we got a bunch of questions. So Will Fly and James been posting the questions over here in the Zoom. James, what's one of the questions, buddy, that you posted? And you're on mute.
Some of these has already been covered when he was talking, but I can just start here with Kramer. Kramer asked, how much does the PG school cost? And do you have to bring your own wing for PG?
So if you want to learn free flight, it depends on who you're learning it from, but I would give you a list of instructors to choose from. I think they charge between $1,000 and $2,000, and that will get you your PG3, at least your PG2 and maybe your PG3. I would refer them directly over to an instructor because it would be up to them. Ruben's now retired from doing PG lessons, but there's hundreds of great instructors over there. So if they shoot me an email, just tell them to hit me up with an email at Kris@mydogischoking.com, and I'll forward the email directly over to some instructors that they can talk to directly.
Okay. And real quick, everybody, we got 30 people watching and 17 likes. If you like what you're hearing, please give us some thumbs up. That really helps. Will Fly, any other questions that we may have missed in the super chat?
One that I just saw from James, he wants to know if the Colombian Revolutionary Army is a thing over there, something to worry about.
No, actually, unless you go looking for trouble, you're certainly not going to find it. You would have to actively go out and look for that army. I was coming back on a trip from the coast once, and they had closed the road. So the police had actually set up a detour, and we went through another road, and we didn't even see them. Mostly it's protesting water at this point. There was a water protest because a village didn't have water, so they closed the road just so they could get the mayor involved, and the army got involved at that point to be able to get them water. But you would have to, yeah, I mean, Tiffany goes out by herself alone in Colombia, so it's not like, you know, it's what you think of it is not really what it is.
I can see how that could be important and really emphasizes
Yeah.
the importance of knowing where to fly and where not to fly, because I mean,
Yeah.
you could be seen as a threat, like a scout, possibly for, you know, from the ground.
No, it's not like that. It's really not like that. Because you're a tourist, so you're going to be treated like a tourist. It's not like nobody's going to think of you as a threat. Like I said, you would have to actively go look for trouble to find it. You're not gonna run across anything. Okay, I'm on a motorcycle in the middle of the night, lost in the middle of Colombia, and I'm on dirt roads for 50 kilometers, having no clue where I am. My phone's out, so I don't have a map. I can't call anybody. And I'm by myself on a motorcycle in the middle of the night going through roads that I have no clue, right? Dirt roads. I didn't run into any trouble. And I stopped here and there just to ask people, hey, where, you know, how do I get somewhere or something? They'd give me directions that wouldn't make any sense to me because there was too many turns in the dirt roads and too many offshoots. But yeah, it's not like what you think it is.
Now, their main language here, is that a form of Spanish?
It's not a form of Spanish. It is definitely Spanish.
Well, I know, like I said, there's several different Spanish speaking that's still different.
Yeah. So what's different between the way the Spanish is spoken there and the way the Spanish is spoken in Mexico has to do with the two L's together. So if two L's are together in Mexico, you would say yeah, the yeah sound. There, if two L's together, you say the J sound or the G sound. So it's J. The Y's are different as well. I think one is a J and one is a H or something like that. But it's pretty much the same.
So if you know Spanish, you could probably be able to understand what's going on, even though there's a different dialect.
Yeah. So if you know Spanish, you're like worlds ahead of me because I don't speak Spanish and I've been able to go down there by myself, you know, for months on end. I found a house. I got a house. I got a motorcycle. I mean, I'm surviving down there and I still don't even speak Spanish. So Google Translate on the phone is a huge help.
Okay, I'm looking at Linda and she does not have glasses. That is her cue that she wants us to do a thumbnail.
Yeah. Well, we do have one important question that we overlooked. So
Yes.
Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane wants to know if there's a certain type of sock you must wear, like SpongeBob socks, etc.
Yes, do not wear white socks. I don't care if you're ever flying with me. White socks must go. They must be something else.
Apparently it's the wrong gang color, guys. Don't wear white socks.
What about black? Are black okay?
No. Make them funny or don't fly. It's the most important thing about flying is your socks. Come on, everybody knows this.
And real quick, for people that don't know you or don't watch your videos and don't understand the sock thing, can you give us a little bit of background on that?
Yeah, I don't exactly remember how it started, but Tiffany had given me a pair of socks or had a pair of goofy socks once, and I didn't have any socks, so I put hers on, and I happened to have been flying that day. And you know, when you're flying, you take a picture, right? And what are you taking a picture of? But what you see, and half of what you see is your legs. And I'm wearing goofy socks. And I posted it on Instagram or something. I don't remember. But and then it was just a thing like, hey, you know what? This is actually kind of cool. And so now every time I fly, I have to have a new pair of socks, and it has to be totally different than any other socks I've flown with. It has to be goofy. And then I just put them on Instagram on the my handle is My Dog Is Choking. So, you know, it's nothing but pictures of funny socks.
I would
That's
not
so
want to be
cool.
your concierge, dude. Down in Colombia. No, not those socks.
That's so cool.
But you only wear them once, huh?
Yeah, and I have boxes of socks that I've only worn once. Yeah.
Wow. That sounds like something that is pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty unique. I mean, that's unique for Kris, and my dog's choking. You see his Instagram or videos, and he never wears the same socks.
We're gonna get you a bumper sticker, sock it to me.
Ah,
Linda made it funny.
that's
Oh, thanks.
that's
I'm
hilarious.
sure Shaney's impressed with that one.
Brian, I sent you a message. You might want to look at it.
Oh, goodness.
All right. So I think Will is going to be taking a picture for us, a thumbnail. So thumbs or funny stuff or whatever you want to do. This is our thumbnail.
All right, you ready? One. Not that, nope.
Oh, it's ready.
I ran
Look
out-
at
I ran out of
Sean.
mouse.
What the hell?
I'm running out of mouse pad. There we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3. We got
Don't try that at home.
it.
Thank you, Al.
Sean, man, that's funny.
Yeah, I tell you. Wow, it's after 8 o'clock already. So it sounds like Linda has something to say as far as saying hi to everybody. Will's going to be putting up the spinny wheel of Winnie things. We got some Paraswag USA stickers we're going to give away, some Run to the Sky stickers, USPPA stickers, and maybe even a paraglidingtalk.com sticker.
Yay.
Linda, take it away.
Look at the chatters. Thank you, chatters, for joining us tonight. This
I
is
like
so,
when my
so
dog
fun.
is checking.
All right, we're going to start with Kramer. She's at the top of the list today. Tony Marzano, Mr. Vegas, the beautiful Angela Presley, Jeremy, what's up, Michigander? Next Batman, Shane's Planet Shane, Daniel Roche in the house, Gary Simons, PPG, the other Nick, John Wayne, Bonnie France, Shane Wyman, Flying Flamingo, Jade, my beauty, Don Beville, Michael Jasper, Jason Tyler, Matt Sloper, Deweese Milstead, I love you, Weezy, Daryl Mitchell, Richard Mune, Skinny Chef Shaney, and Monster Man, that's cool. James Palmersano and John Allen Martin in the house tonight. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah,
Good
we got-
luck.
We got one more.
Uh-oh, somebody else slid in here. That's also who's Kangook America. What's up,
Yay!
Bryant? Good job. I'm glad you made it, buddy.
Let's see. Also, one more.
Okay,
I don't know who this
keep
guy
them
is.
rolling. They're rolling in the door.
David Wolfie.
There.
David Wolf in the house.
What? That's awesome. I can't believe that we got a celebrity in here. Welcome,
Yeah, I
David.
know. Gosh, so exciting.
Well, you know also too that we have that somebody really awesome that has a birthday actually sent me some Will Fly stickers to give
Did you
away.
get 'em?
Yes,
you get
sir. I got them today,
Woohoo.
just moments before the show started. So I can actually give away a Will Fly sticker also. Man, this is going to be great tonight.
You. Getting
Now
more
be-
exciting by the minute.
Now, because ClearProp TV has been slid into the nonprofit arena, it is now underneath Run Into the Sky, the nonprofit organization. One of the things that we're doing, if you win, just send yourself or send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to the address below in the description. It's Run Into the Sky, 3820 Dave Ward Drive, Suite 1900, number 111 in Conway, Arkansas, 72034. And we will send you out all these amazing stickers. If you want to help us out with donations, this is a 501c3. So anything that you do send us is tax deductible. All right, ready to do some shuffle, shuffle, shuffle?
All right,
Yeah,
let's
man,
do
Mike
this.
Thompson. Mike Thompson just joined us.
Mike, welcome. You know, it's always these people that come in last that seem to win.
I know, huh?
Yeah, I
Looks
noticed
like-
that too.
Yeah,
Cowboy in the house. What's up,
Bonnie
Cowboy?
Franz is in here too, so you know it's always rigged for Bonnie. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Is Scuba on the panel?
Yeah,
It is on the panel.
Oh man, I can't put you on the wheel, dude.
it's okay. It's okay.
All
I,
right.
I was trying to find your stickers on the interstate, man. You need to get out there and put some up.
Yeah. Here we go.
How about this? Is Scuba still on the list, on the wheel?
No.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right,
Dairy
let's
Queen,
see.
Shane. Okay, I didn't check the Dairy
50.
Queens.
I'm going to say Shane Wyman.
I'm
what
gonna go with the last person on the list.
I'm gonna have to say Kramer because she's been the luckiest one I know of.
She's been
Man,
lucky.
everyone's lucky. Matter of fact, if
Yeah.
it's Daniel Roosh, Daniel is the only one so far that sent us a self-addressed stamped envelope to get what am I thinking of? What's that word?
It's going.
Self-addressed stamped envelope?
Is
Oh,
it going to be Tony? Is it
Raffle,
gonna be
raffle.
Angela?
Now, how did those guys end up together?
That'd be Angela.
That's not right.
Angela. Man, see, it is rigged.
It is. It is. Absolutely. Congratulations.
Oh.
Oh, that might be.
Angela Presley.
Nope.
Congratulations, Angela Preslick.
Excellent. So
Right.
you guys know all you got to do is send us a self-addressed stamped envelope. Donations, if you would. Like I said, it is a 501c3, and it's all tax deductible. We are sending out whatever we have here as far as stickers and whatever we can stuff in that envelope. So if you send us a box that's self-addressed and stamped, we'll send you a box load of stuff also. So congratulations, Angela. We appreciate it. We also have that raffle going too. So any self-addressed stamped envelope also will get a raffle ticket for a brand new reserve donated from Paramotor Arkansas Flight School. You can find Paramotor Arkansas Flight School over at paramotorarkansas.com. Ready to see shuffle, 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 and spin again?
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Can I purchase like extra raffle tickets?
Um,
Or can you just, what's the deal with that?
if you whatever. Well, what did we say last time? Every $5 is a raffle ticket.
Yep,
Is that what we said, Will?
I think so.
All right, so every $5 you donate, you get another raffle ticket.
Oh,
Cool.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's go ahead and spin for, all right, so Angela, we'll just send you more stickers since obviously we'll have to send you a box of stickers because she
Yeah.
just keeps on winning.
That's a cool looking wheel tonight. I like that. Is really cool. I like that
want
doggy
those-
on there.
Looks
I
like
don't
that
know what
Sarge-
sticker's pretty bad, she says. So
This is just an image I found on the internet. I don't know its significance.
That's
I don't
cool.
know. Looks like that dog is spinning and choking. My dog is spinning. My dog is choking.
Let's say Shane's Planet Shane. Let's see if he gets it.
I'll say Jason Tyler.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw Tony out there.
Probably a mad sloper.
You greased the wheel. Good job.
Yep, and mad sloper is going to go
Kane
shoot
good?
right through.
Kane good?
Kook America.
I don't know. This one's going to be close.
Oh no,
It
it's
is.
gonna make
Gonna
it to
be
Shane.
Shane. Shane
gonna-
Wyman.
Yeah, just past
My
King Kook America.
Michigander. Yes.
Shane Wyman.
Woo, well, I guessed him. Remember, I
Is
guessed
that what
it
is that what they say in Colombia?
What's that?
better late than never. Yay, Shane.
Oh, there's a
Congratulations,
chiclet.
All right.
Michiganders rock tonight. Woo, woo.
Let's go ahead and spin it again because we got to give away some of these Will Fly PPG stickers out too.
Fun. I'll
Right.
give away.
My question is, are they
Oh,
gonna sell
cool.
like birthday cake?
Yeah. No maple syrup.
Wow, I want on the wheel.
Hey,
We
here
just
we
gotta-
go.
We just got a message from Chris.
Let's
I
say
want
John
on the
Wow.
wheel.
Wayne.
What?
Hey, Chris, as this is spinning around and round and round, tell us what you just posted in our private Zoom chat.
So if you go to Pure Swag USA, in the accessories place, you'll find these 3 color strobes. And if you put 3 of them together, then you have a white, green, and a red. So for your wingtips or your helmet or whatever. So I'll give away 3 of those. They're 3 colored strobes, right? So I don't know if you want to give them away as one package, so somebody gets 3 of them, or if you want to give them away as 1 for each. I don't care, but 3 of those.
Nice.
All right, that's awesome. Can we give away one of those tonight and then
Is it gonna
another
be
one
Bonnie?
next Monday and another one the
Or is
following
it gonna
Monday?
be Tony?
Or should we do
just
them all
give away
tonight?
Yeah, just give away tonight.
Okay, all right. So we're
I would
going
do
to
it
do
as a set. Sean,
Bonnie
because
Franz.
You got a red one and a green one and a white one. That kind of needs to go to one person so they can decorate their whole setup. I would
One in
think.
each wing.
Can you change the color on each?
Yeah,
one?
you can change the color. Each strobe can do one of 3 colors:
Oh.
white, green, or red.
Okay, so you're saying you're giving away 3 strobes
Checker.
or three packs of strobes?
No, 3 strobes. Each strobe is 3 color. That's why it's kind of confusing. 3 color strobes.
3
Okay.
individual
So
strobes.
if you're gonna put all
Okay.
3 of them together, would make the set of the 3 colors.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It would
So
make a
why
set.
don't you just give it away as a set? Why don't you just give
Okay.
it away as okay? If you win it, you get 3 strobes, and then just hit me up and email who wins, and I'll just send them out to them.
Okay. And also too, we got Ryan Rides. He also has some vinyl decals.
Will, what the hell?
Hey, Will, I got an idea. Go ahead and put Will Fly on there. Go ahead and put your
No.
name on there.
Okay, but I mean, I'm not really gonna win. Is that-
And if you win, you get to pick who wins it.
man, and
I
lots
need,
of
I need a new
enemies
set
I'm
of
creating.
strobes. How do I get on that list?
Okay.
All right. We also
Shovel,
have some Ryan Rides. He made some vinyl decals also for ClearProp TV. So we'll also be able to give those away. Like I said, everything that we're giving away, minus the strobes now, you can always get by sending a self-addressed stamped envelope to Run Into the Sky, a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to help disabled veterans, disabled people get not only training, but also gear after training. And if you need adaptive gear, we also have people that can create a paramotor to compensate for whatever is going on. If you're missing a hand, guess what? You can do foot steering.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely amazing.
Chris,
all the different
Didn't you
fabricators
say
covered.
now if people want to buy these strobes, is it paraswagusa.com?
Yeah, it's paraswagusa.com.
Okay. Just checking. So if you don't win the strobes tonight, go to paraswagusa.com and you can buy yourself a set there.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think the sets are I think they're only like $40 for a set of 3. So
Oh wow, that's really reasonable.
That's
That's
really
very
good.
reasonable.
Yeah, and I saw those. I can't
I
remember.
think the Dro, his YouTube name is the Dro. He has a set of those and they're pretty darn bright. I like them.
Excellent. All right, guys, this is for a paraswagusa.com 3-color strobes. Chris is going to be giving this away. So pray to whomever you want to pray to win this.
It's gonna land on Will Fly. I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
I know
yeah.
the pressure.
And then Will gets to choose who it goes to. So that's going to be really interesting.
So I can choose Will Fly.
Exactly. You can choose. And we'll see how rigged it really is.
Yeah, right.
All right, round and round and round she
All right.
goes. Tonight
Let's see if
we've had
David
Kris
will-
Wheeler from MyDogIsChoking.com. He's been telling us about some amazing stuff over in Colombia. If you want to go check that out, make sure you go to MyDogIsChoking.com and hit him up for an amazing adventure over in Colombia. All right, who is it going to be? Bonnie Franz, John Wayne, David Wolf, Flying Flamingo Jade, Jason Tyler is going to be one of those. Getting
Is it
really
gonna be
close.
David Wolf?
David Wolf.
Oh, it's either Wolf or Flamingo.
David Wolf.
It's close.
Maybe Flamingo.
Oh.
Jade.
Jade. Are you here?
Yay!
And that's all 3, right? The whole set.
Cool.
Yep.
Congratulations, my beautiful
Congratulations. No, it's not rigged at all.
That is cool.
Will Fly, as you can see, is the Spinny Will, Will, W-I-L-L. And he has definitely helped us out a lot. He is the one that's been going around and getting all of your names and putting them in the spinny wheel. So please make sure you go over to willflyppg.com and subscribe to his YouTube channel if you have not done so already, and hit that bell notification because, man, he does so much over here. I think that that's the right thing to do.
Very cool.
Thank you very much, my spinny will fly.
Yeah, man. Love
The
doing it.
Spinny Winnie King.
Excellent job. Now, Kris, it is almost 8:30. We've been talking and spinning wheels. How much longer do we have you for? A couple more minutes and we need to say
Yeah.
goodbye, or what?
No, I'm good.
He's good for another 5 hours. Excellent. Let's continue. All right. So let's go real quick. Do we have any more questions in the super chat or anything that we may have missed? And then if not, let's go ahead and see if there's any questions on the panel that we may want to talk with Kris about.
Okay, I would like to know about the prop and how it's coming along.
There we go. Good.
Oh God, so this has been a labor of love, I tell you. Financially, this was the worst business decision on the planet. I'll tell you that right now. It's coming along well, though. Supply chain issues have been a problem because there's a very, very specific LED that we have to use. And the reason we have to use this is because we're running it on 5 volts and not 12. And to get the amount of light and that kind of thing, runtime. And they only come from one supplier, and getting them from that one supplier has been difficult at best. But we just got another shipment of them in today. We have full production down in Colombia. So there's 3 guys that work full time making those things and testing them. And the testing has been very rigorous because these are a propeller. And you can imagine what would happen if an LED flew out of a propeller and into a wing, or, you know, it delaminates or something like that. So we've really gone through the extra mile on making sure that they're tested where they need to be. We dump them in salt water. We dump them in gasoline. We do all kinds of things to these things and then spin them up. Just to make sure that our coating doesn't delaminate. And there's very special chemical process that we have to use just to keep them in there. So, but they're doing well. All of that just to say that we've kind of crossed all of the hurdles. And so now we're in full production. So we should see our first shipment of those coming in this summer from Colombia back. Along with the controllers. We actually have a good set of controllers already made. The controllers come from the United States. The propellers come from Germany, and then they're shipped into Colombia, and then they're manufactured in Colombia, and then they come back to the US. But yeah, hopefully this summer we'll actually get those out. There's a few people that have already pre-purchased those that we've already sent them out to. We just haven't put them on the website because we can't. There's no way we would keep up demand if we were actually releasing them out to anybody and everybody. But hopefully this summer we will be able to do that.
Okay, very interesting. What do they retail now, or are they cheaper than retail because they're not on your website yet?
I can't give you a price of those yet, but they're pricey. Yeah.
All right, now that's only just for
Is it going
the,
to be specific size props? Or are you going to go up to a 140 prop, or are they, or just?
So we've had requests for 140s, but I won't do 140s now until we're fully done getting everybody out with 125s and 130s. So right now we have more 130s than we do 125s. But 140s are still kind of a novelty. Very few people are running 140s as far as population wise that fly these. You know, I know that Tucker had put out, or he's flying 140s now. So 140s are becoming more popular, but they're certainly not the bulk of the market. The bulk of the market is still 125s, 130s. So we have to create a new jig for 140s. I don't mind doing the 140s, but until we get, you know, more than a few people that want them, I'm not going to run a production run of 140s because just getting that jig is too expensive.
You have any videos that I could pull up to show some the
Show what they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monster Man wants to know what they do. It's pretty much a light show on your prop. There you go.
Yeah, go to my Instagram page. I think I have one of Ruben that I took flying off of the beach there a couple weeks ago. So he's got a lighted prop on that.
Same, my dog is choking.
Yeah, on Instagram it's going to be my dog is choking, all one word.
I got you.
Have you gotten the controller set up now to be able to do logos?
So that controller itself, the chip that would go in a controller in order to do logos, is more than $1,000 just for the chip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's not something. Here's the problem: you can easily do a fan and put a logo, or you can do, you know, something that has a constant speed and do a logo. But as soon as you start going into variable speeds, that's where you've got to start, you know, getting into different controllers. So we've looked at a lot of controllers that do logos or 3D images or play a movie and all that stuff. But right now it's cost prohibitive. So
Now I see what y'all mean about the socks. Holy moly.
yeah, scroll up to the top there. It was a pretty recent video that I did with the lighted props.
On Instagram?
Goodness.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, that
never
looks like
wearing
that
white
might be it, Shane.
again.
Never extinguished the fire. Yeah, because you can see a little bit of light on that prop right there.
Yeah, that's the one. Play that video and you'll see.
So for the people that are listening to this podcast, Kris, can you tell us what we're watching right now?
So we were in a place called Paso Nuevo. We were doing some testing of the props down there. We were also doing some coastal flights. This turned into a moonlight flight because it was a full moon, but you can see that the winds were pretty heavy that night. We had a storm coming in, so we were launching probably 25 miles an hour, gusting 35. It was a tough launch. And this was basically Ruben just checking the air.
I see the wind blowing on the treetops there. It looks really rough.
Yeah.
My dog says that was rough. Your dog was choking.
Then the video is not going to do it justice, guys, because of the frame rates.
Yeah.
You know, if you were watching it in real life, it would look like smooth.
They do look phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've seen that lit up before, and that is phenomenal.
Look at that thing. So so the lights that you have on there, you're saying that it adjusts to the speed that you're going. So it's not, you know, I know what you're talking about with if it has a variable speed, it would be hard to make the whatever pattern you have showing. So you got it set up so the chip that's in there actually works with the variation in speed.
No, that chip doesn't. That chip that we have in there is basically a standard according to what you're using. It connects Bluetooth with your phone.
Oh,
and there's
okay.
an app on your phone that you choose the pattern you want it to do, and it'll do that pattern.
I got
But it
it.
has nothing to do with how much the prop is spinning up or anything like that.
Okay, cool.
Interesting. Lots of fun stuff going on here.
Looking kind of small there.
All right. Well, it's about 8:30. How much time do we have with you, Kris? Do we need to let you go and call it a night?
I can give you another half an hour if you need it. I do want to answer a question from somebody named Munsterman. He asked for free flight, do you need certification? So if you're going to fly in Colombia free flight, there's a lot of locations that you must have your PG3. And if you don't have your PG3, you'll need an instructor with you. So if you're still at your 1 or your 2, you'll have to have your instructor. There's a lot of locations where you don't want to fly unless you have your PG3. So I don't know if that answered the question. If you're wanting to come in and just do a paragliding tour, make sure you have your PG3. If you want to come in and learn paragliding, then I'll hit you up with an instructor there that'll teach you. So.
How hard is the transition? I'm just curious to go from like somebody's only flew paramotors, right, to go into PG.
I don't think the transition is that hard, but it's a lot more thinking. It's a different attitude when you're in the air. You don't have second chances. So where you're choosing to land, that's where you need to land. You don't get to power up and fly back around and try it again. You're constantly thinking about thermals. You're constantly thinking about people around you, because PG, usually when you find a good flying site, you're not going to be the only pilot there. As far as wing control goes, I would say that paramotor pilots are very lazy. The skill level for PG, I think, is a lot higher than what you see in the paramotor world. Weight shift is huge, and it's something that paramotor pilots don't think about, and they're very lazy about weight shift. They just use brakes to turn, and that's what they're doing. Whereas in free flight, it's a lot more weight shift. So I would say those are the, landings, in my opinion, on free flight are a little easier, because when you touch the ground, you also don't have 50 pounds of crap on your back, so your cartilage actually stays a little bit better. I think it's easier to land PG. Taking off is a different skill set, though, because instead of leaning back, it's leaning forward. It's a different, and yeah. Other than that, I think the transition's not that hard. It's just thinking differently about the wing.
So if we go down there and we want to, do free flying and we want to get our PG3, we can go down there. Like you said, it's a 5-day course, about 2,000-ish. And we can basically learn how to fly. If we are already flying PPG, then it should be an easy way to transition. If you've never flown before, it might take you a little bit longer. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Kris?
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it being 5 days. I would say it would be a minimum of 5 days, depending on your skill level. Understand, to get your PG3, you have to have 30 flights by yourself.
Okay. Well, darn, have to go down there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So when you said about landing, and you've got to be able basically be dialed in, like, for landing, because you have one chance at it. Are the LZs, are you landing crosswind? Are they just really tight, like going uphill? Or what type of dynamics is a person supposed to expect?
So it depends on where you've decided to launch from, right? All LZs are different. So it depends on, if you're learning, you don't want to go to some place like San Felix. San Felix is the University of paragliding. It is, there's very little forgiveness there. A lot of times you'll see pilots coming in, either doing big airs or they've collapsed half their wing just to be able to come down because the winds are so strong, and the LZ is fairly small. But then there's some great places in Bucaramanga that are, they're fully open. So it kind of depends on where you've decided to launch and land from. I can't give you that answer, because it's like with paramotoring. Well, it depends on where you're flying from. Do you land in a crosswind? Well, I don't know. It depends. What's your landing zone look like?
Yeah, well, I was just, the reason I asked was because you said that a person who comes there to fly should have about 150 hours under their belt. Me, myself, flying in the prairies, I've got a 1/4 mile that I can land in. The other day I was trying to do some spot landing, and I did a really good job, but I just don't even have to think about trees being there. I might have a building,
I think
200 feet over there somewhere.
is going up to 300 feet, shutting down the motor, and landing in a 15 by 15 foot square 2 out of 3 times.
Yeah, I can do that. But I'm thinking, if the wind is cross, now if I'm coming in on an angle crosswind toward an up slope, then it's going to be something that I'm going to have a hard time practicing.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
You better learn that really quick there, sir.
I would say
really
practice.
Yep.
You would say practice. Okay, sounds good. I'll figure out a way.
So if we go there and we want to fly paramotors, we'll bring our wing, and our wing is probably going to be a reflex wing if we're flying paramotors. However, if we do want to go and paraglide, we probably want a paragliding wing. Would our instructors have something like that, or do we want to purchase a paragliding wing before we get there?
No, your instructor will have a wing for you to learn on.
Okay. Also, free flight harnesses, I assume that they would have them too, or do we bring our own?
Yep. Nope, they would have that. They'll have all your gear for you. If you prefer a helmet, bring your helmet.
All right, good deal. Any other questions on the super chat or on the panel?
I don't see anything in the super chat, but to me, the allure is the free flight thing and learning how to free fly. And gosh, I mean, I'm sure they don't just, just send you off the cliff and you got to land in this shoebox size spot. I mean, there's probably a lot of steps, bunny hills and all that. But it looks like a really nice place to fly.
It's an amazing place to fly. And it is bunny hills, and you have to do your bunny hills and you have to prove your aptitude in being able to handle the bunny hills before you go to the bigger bunny hill. And then when you go to the bigger bunny hill, then you have to prove your aptitude there. And then you go through a bigger one. Once you're up to elevation, then the first thing your instructor will do from elevation is you'll bottom land. You won't top land, just so they can make sure you know how to bottom land, or you know exactly where the landing place is and how to land there. Go up again, and then that's when you'll start learning thermals and practicing with thermals and that kind of thing, so you can top land. Because you want to top land, you don't really want to bottom land, because it usually means a taxi ride back up the mountain.
So on the bottom and the top landing. So what you mean is that when you're top landing, you're actually making use of the thermals to allow you to land back where you started from?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the bottom land would be basically you're just jumping off the mountain and you're going to land at the foot of the mountain.
Yeah, you'll probably do some thermals before you go down there, but generally, most of the instructors, I would say a good instructor is always going to have you bottom land. So when you're up at altitude, right? So you're finished with your bunny hills, you're at altitude, you're launching from altitude, you know how to launch from altitude, you know how to run off that cliff. He may have you do thermals and do some practice in the air before you start heading down and go to your bottom land. But generally, a good instructor will teach you, okay, this is where our landing zone is. If you cannot make it back to the top, prior to even getting there, you're taught about things about going over the backside. You're taught a lot of things, just as you were in paramotor school. But the things you learn are a little bit different, right? Because in paramotor school, we're never taught about, going off the back, or, things that are kind of almost exclusive to paragliding, because generally in paramotors, you're not launching from a mountain, you're launching from somewhere, a flat area on the ground. So
interesting.
But it's still always good to know your windward side and leeward side, even if you're paramotoring.
Agreed.
Last time we were talking, you had an EFI system on Paraswag USA. And I noticed every once in a while it comes on. Is it just going out of stock, or do you guys still sell them? Do you know?
No, actually, I believe Ryan is the guy. So there is an EFI system. Talk to Mark George. Like I said at the beginning, I'm very hands off on that company. So I'm not exactly sure what they have, when they have it. I know that there's an EFI system that you can convert any motor into EFI now that Mark has. And I'm pretty sure it's available. I couldn't tell you the cost. I couldn't tell you when he can get it to you, but I know the guy who makes them. And I see his motor quite a bit that's running EFI on the conversion that he made. And I know that they've converted quite a few. So I would talk to Mark George about that and see.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, if you guys don't know how to get up with Mark George, you can always get up with me. You can always call or text me 501-747-3558, and I will be able to get you in touch with Mark George. Also, too, guys, we have a code from last week. If you remember that code from last week, we're going to be putting that in the super chat here in just a moment. I'm going to type in the word start, and whoever gets that first is going to win USPPA stickers that I will send out to you. You do not have to send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I will just send it to you because the USPPA has these. Well, there you go, Daniel Roosh. Well, you sent me he's the one that sent me the self-addressed stamped envelope. So I'll just go ahead and send it to you since you did it. I'll send you a whole bunch of stuff, including the USPPA stickers, and that was actually printed by Jim up in Canada. Oh, they do smell like maple syrup. How about that? From Care Printing and Publishing over at carepp.com. So thank you very much, Jim, for doing that, and thank you very much for sending us these stickers to give away. We definitely appreciate you guys. So Daniel, I'll just go ahead and send this to you, and we appreciate you.
Pass it on to the next one who gets
What's
it.
that?
Which would be
Daniel says to
Kramer.
pass it on to the next one who gets it.
Pass it on?
Yep.
So the next person that said it was Kramer.
Mhm.
So I will send Kramer one of these also. And, you know, I mean, I got a whole bunch. I mean, it was really nice that they sent me a whole bunch of these things. So I'll go ahead and send this to Daniel. I'll just send in your self-addressed stamped envelope since you already sent me one. And Kramer, I'll send you one also.
Daryl Mitchell.
Let's see who else. Daryl Mitchell. I will get you one of these also. So thank you very much for putting that USPPA in there. Everyone that said USPPA just won. Congratulations.
Ken Gook wants stickers from you, Jim.
Yeah, am I supposed to contact you or are you going to contact me, Brian? Okay, I'll bug you tomorrow.
So Kramer, just do me a favor, text me 501-747-3558. I know I got your information someplace, but just send it to me again and I'll send you out some stickers. And it's not just going to be the USPPA stickers. I'm going to send you some Run to the Sky, all my different stickers I have, including the stickers that Jim has sent me too. These are amazing stickers from Jim, and it says careppg.com. So I'm going to send you some of these also, everybody that has just won. And, you know, stickers for everybody. Why not? Good deal. All right. Any other questions from the super chat? Any other questions on the board? Chris walked away. There he is. Whew, thought he left us.
Yeah, when's Ken Gook's next sale on the basic trike? No, just kidding.
All right. Yeah. So if you don't know, make sure you go over to kangookamerica.com. They have a lot of amazing things over there. And Brian has allowed us to be a reseller over on Paramotor, Arkansas. So we definitely appreciate Kangook America for helping us out, being able to resell his stuff. So thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. All right. Any other questions other than when are we going to get together and go over to Colombia? We need to find a time that we all just get together, go over there and hang out with Kris.
You're suggesting
Monday night,
paracruise?
podcast.
Oh yeah, para cruise, para trip, para adventure, you know, whatever para we want to do. We're
Yeah.
definitely going to do that.
Just rent a
When
bus.
do the fly-ins start running down? About
October, probably. There's some in October, and then I don't know of any in November.
I think Kris froze. Oh, there he is.
yeah, it's internet. It's a problem with living out with the cows. You get horrible internet out here. Okay, so we could schedule something for probably October, November timeframe. Just sign up a sign-up sheet, and then that'll give me plenty of time to put an itinerary together. And that gives everybody plenty of time to get the piggy bank and start shoving into that. You know, that's
Exactly.
what, 6 months away or so.
All right.
And
And
if we did that, we could go up to
Yeah,
that barn area, huh?
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I would love to do the desert in those dunes just for one day. Come back down Santa Marta, do all the coves in there and all those waterfalls, fly over the jungle, come
Wow.
back to Cartagena or Barranquilla, fly from Barranquilla to Cartagena, and then go to Covenas, do some island hopping around Covenas, and then head towards Panama. I think that would be an awesome, awesome trip. Just
Wow.
nothing but the entire Caribbean coast.
Okay.
Sounds like.
I was looking at that map and I thought, man, it would be awesome to fly from, if it was, actually, I got to relook at it, but I was thinking fly from Colombia to the Pearl Islands and then over to Panama City. I wonder if that would be too far.
So understand, if you're going to go that route, you've got to go over the Darien Gap, and there is nothing. So good luck. If you have a motor out, good luck on that one. But if you had a chase boat and you stayed the coast the entire way, that might not be bad. I just don't know. You may have to get your passport stamped prior to launching because you're landing in a different country than you're launching from.
Oh, that's interesting.
I would think that it would be, yeah, you could make it to the Pearl Island. That's not that far. But you'd need a boat anyway because you're crossing probably 30
Yeah,
miles
and let the
of
Coast
water.
Guard know, because otherwise they may shoot you out of the sky.
You know, it's really interesting what Kris just said as far as getting your passport stamped because you're crossing into another, country. I wonder if we could do that with Mexico, get our passport stamped going into Mexico, then fly our paramotors from America to Mexico.
The problem with that is that along the entire U.S. border, there is a no-fly zone around that.
Gotcha.
So you would have to get permission. You wouldn't just have to get a passport stamp. You'd have to get permission.
Okay. Interesting. We might have to figure that one out eventually too one of these years.
So what you're saying is it's not impossible.
It's not impossible. So didn't Mitch G fly into Mexico and back out once? Right? Didn't he do a video a couple years ago about flying over Mexico? He got permission to do it.
Who is this?
Mitch G.
I don't remember that one. Does
I
anybody?
vaguely
I'm-
remember something about that.
I'm pretty sure Mitch G pulled that off once. I don't know if he landed in Mexico, but I'm pretty sure he went over Mexico and then came back.
With permission?
Yeah, because I remember in the video he said he had permission to go over it.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got permission, you can do anything.
Exactly.
Have you ever crossed the border?
Not on a
G8?
not on a paramotor. I have on a horse, a car, and a plane, but not on a paramotor.
Will, have you ever crossed the border GA?
No.
No?
No, that's not correct because technically the Bahamas is a different country. So yes.
Interesting.
I was kind of looking into it about flying across the Canadian-US border, and it didn't look all that hard. But then again, I think I decided I'm going to just fly up to the border, walk across, and then fly away.
I think it'd be easier for Jim to fly from Canada to us because we have laxer paramotor, restrictions than us going from here to Canada because you'd have to have your license and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jim, don't they have licensing up there for that?
For what?
For paramotor up in Canada?
Yes.
And if you come over here and try to fly under FAR 103, you can't have a certified paramotor, and up there your paramotor is certified. Is that correct or not?
We're definitely certified, but there's no reason why I wouldn't be able to fly in the States.
Well, the aircraft is
If your
certified.
aircraft is certified, you cannot fly under FAR 103. You have to fly in as a sports.
Well,
that-
hang on a second, but the certification has to be that from the FAA.
Yeah.
So do they recognize the Canadian certification? I would say you would still be under FAR 103, but that's my guess. I'm no expert on it.
Yeah, I would argue that point for sure.
I would definitely make sure that it was legal before trying it, because if you come over here and it's an N numbered or it is certified, because the FIR 103 does state that if it's been certified anywhere in the world, that it's not considered a ultralight under FIR 103 here in the States. So you might have to get your GA or at least a sports pilot license in the States to be able to do that. But I guess that's another topic altogether.
Yeah, I have a question. So wait, you're saying that the paramotor itself is certified? I know the pilot would be certified.
The wing would be certified.
The motor or is registered. The frame is registered.
Okay.
Right.
So it's like having your vehicle is signed up with the government, so they know that it exists.
Is the wing registered as well?
No. Registration is on the frame.
So right.
Put
So
it on the airplane, you put it on the frame of the paramotor, you put it on, it's on the frame.
So it's a registration, not a certification.
Right.
So
Okay.
then it does fall under 103.
Okay, so it's a registration, not a certification.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd still double check before you tried to cross a border like that, but it does sound very fun and interesting, and definitely sounds interesting going down to Colombia and crossing borders too.
If you flew up into Canada and you crossed at the border, or you brought your paramotor across the border, that has nothing to do with Nav Canada. So I don't know how they would even know that you have some kind of device that they don't know the regulations. They're border patrol. That's all they are. And it's the same thing if I go into the States. Those guys, they're not the FAA. You don't have to worry about them cracking down on you because they're border patrol.
Right, but you'd still be coming over here, and don't you need a passport now for candidates crossing to America or vice versa?
That has nothing to do with a paramotor. That has to do with me. Passport's for me to cross the border, not a paramotor.
But wouldn't you be flying the paramotor?
Wouldn't matter. I can use my passport to fly across the border. I can use my passport to walk across the border or drive.
Okay. Well, look into that and give us a more official report next time that we get on here, because that is very interesting, Jim. I'd really like to see how that would work.
Yep. I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll come visit you in jail.
Sorry, didn't know.
It's funny when you cross the border. I don't know, when you cross the border in Canada anyway, they'll ask you, where are you coming from? Oh, I'm coming from the States, obviously. And they'll say, where are you going? Oh, I'm going home. Where's home? Saskatchewan. Where in Saskatchewan? Watrous. They look at your license plate. They can't even read the information from your license plate. They're not allowed access to that. So they see your license plate. It says Saskatchewan. That's all they know. They look at your passport. That's all they know.
Interesting.
Okay. I still think there's some legalities that we might need to look at before we cross borders. So if you guys are out there, please don't try to cross borders with your paramotor until we know for sure, that is legal, okay? This is just a podcast. We don't know for sure. We're not telling you to cross any borders and try it. Please don't try that. We're not saying that in this podcast.
Or if you do try it, just say Jim said it's okay, and then we're good. We're good.
That's one. Yeah.
Yep. And whip out your maple syrup smelling money and they'll believe you.
There you go.
We'll
Exactly.
have visitations every other Saturday.
Oh my goodness. Every time we do a podcast, things pop up and we learn things. We're definitely learning things today. Like if you want to go on an amazing vacation, definitely get up with Kris over at My Dog is Choking to go over to Colombia. Spend, he said, 3 weeks. If time and money is no object, go there for 3 weeks. Enjoy your time there and enjoy big steak and amazing meals for $12 a day. Wow, that's incredible. I've had a really fun time tonight. Was there any other question in the super chat or anything on the panel before we start closing out? Excelente. Well, I had a blast, guys. How about you?
Awesome.
This was super
Yeah.
fun. Super
Definitely.
duper.
Did we
Yeah.
learn anything? That's the thing. Did we learn anything from this? What did we learn today? I learned that my vacation time is going to be in Colombia now.
There you go. And stop wearing white socks.
Yes.
No white socks.
That's it. I'm going to go and I'm throwing all of mine away because I know you made a comment on Facebook and I totally forgot about that. That when I was sitting on that bench at the lake and you're like, you need some socks. I'm like, whoa, yep, I do. I forgot. I'm like, oh,
Anyone on the panel wearing white socks?
I'm not. It's after Labor Day.
no, I
Mine
got
are
just
pretty
regular
white.
stockies on.
I got gray on them though.
Mine are gray and red.
I'm wearing white socks.
I
I'm
did
a-
buy some Scooby Doo.
When are you allowed to go back to wearing white? 'Cause after Labor Day, you're not supposed to wear white. So when are you allowed to go back to wearing white?
I don't even know when Labor Day is.
No.
September 9th
September.
Look,
I know it's
or
in
is it
September.
first weekend of September or something?
It's
The
first
rule
Monday
is
of
this: if you own white socks, throw them away. That's the rule. If you own white socks, black socks, brown, if they're plain Jane socks, throw them away. There's no room in this world for plain socks.
All right. How about this? When I get a hole in my socks, I'll throw them away and I will never buy the white socks again. How about that?
All right, start cutting holes in your socks, Sean.
Yeah.
If you ever run into Kris, be ready for a sock inspection.
That's right.
Sock
The only way you can be his friend.
Brings whole new meaning to pull up your socks.
That's true. So I think that we figured out what our code word is going to be next week. What do you think our code word is going to be next
Oh.
week? How about
Oh, I
socks?
think I know.
Socks.
How about
So white
socks? How about
Got
socks?
socks.
Socks, socks, socks.
Socks,
Sock it
socks,
to me.
whatever you want to, however you want to do
Sock
it.
it to me.
Got to put it on my whiteboard so I don't forget. So next week, our code word will be socks. Just in case you guys are wondering and you don't want to wait until, sometime this next week to go through this podcast again to figure out what our
Yeah.
code word is.
Socks.
Oh, freaking awesome, Kris, man. I've enjoyed this 2 hours. I'm seriously, I thought it was just gonna be 1 hour. We got
Yeah.
students tomorrow. I got to get up at 5 o'clock. So I thought just 1 hour, that's all it's gonna be. No, it's 2 hours and I've had a
I
blast.
do.
I've learned so much. I want to keep on talking. I want to keep on learning. But man, I got to get some sleep because once again, this doesn't come naturally. I got to work on this, okay? And sleep is the only thing I got. So thank you so much, Kris, for coming on the show.
Sure.
It's always good
Thank
to
you,
see
Kris.
you.
Much appreciate. Much, much. Yes.
Thanks for having me, Sean. I appreciate it. Thanks, Lindsay. I appreciate it. And
welcome.
I will get together an itinerary for November and just shoot it out. If you guys are actually interested, I'll put something together with prices and all that. And so you have plenty of time to get your passports between now and then.
I'm
It
interested.
Sounds like a plan.
Very cool. Very,
You
very
heard it, guys. You heard it, guys.
Yep.
We also got Will Fly is going to be talking about the new flying real quick. So Will Fly, it's all you, buddy.
Oh yeah, man. Brand new flying coming up. It is June 8th through the 11th. It's called Fly It for Gauge. And you will not want to miss this. In Bowling Green, Florida. Perfect place to bring the family, fly your paramotor, and have some fun. So June 8th through the 11th. Check it out. Fly It for Gauge.
Fly for Gauge. Absolutely awesome. Any other plug-in or plugs real quick as far as anything coming up that you want to let everybody know what's going on? We got a couple of minutes for that 5 minutes of fame. Anybody? Fly-ins? Anything? No.
The flying I got coming up is the same time as Bad Apples, so I know better than that. The Bad Apples trumps all other fly-ins.
Unfortunately, I think you're right.
Yeah, Spring Wing is May 17th through the 21st, and I think Bad Apples is like the 18th through the 21st. So it's like the same exact time. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, another thing too, we got the solar eclipse next year that's going to be going through the whole United States and it's going right above us. We're going to be seeing the complete solar eclipse. I mean, it's going right above us, so we have the maximum amount of time that it's going to be going. I think it's what, almost 15 minutes or something insane like that. I mean, it's going to be awesome next April. So if you're interested in just hanging out over here at one of our LZs, please get up with me. Text me at 501-747-3558. We don't have a lot of room, but you know, we could probably have you guys over here. So make sure you get up with me if you're interested. Anything else before we say goodbye to Mr. Kris? My dog is choking from mydogischoking.com and paraswagusa.com.
Kris, it's been an honor. Thanks for
Yeah, it really
Thanks.
has.
I appreciate it. Thanks. I appreciate it.
We missed you. I was like so excited to get you back on here. I'm like, we got to catch up to this dude, see what he's been doing. Thank you so much. This was really informative. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
If there's anybody who wants to do like a motorcycle trip through Colombia with a paramotor on their back,
Oh,
on the back of the bike, and just go with me, because I'm thinking of not just doing Colombia, I'm thinking about doing a lot of South America. If there's anybody who wants to do this, let me know, because it'll be like, I'm thinking like epic, you know, just like the full-on adventure, not a tour, just like one or two other guys. That's it, you know. Let me know.
that's a challenge right there.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, I got my motorcycle endorsement. I got my driver's license for the United States. How does that work as far as going to Colombia with having driver's license or driving over there? How does that work?
If you have a motorcycle, drive. You know, you do need a license, but the thing is, all right, I may or may not have a motorcycle license. I may or may not. I may or may not have been pulled over many times in Colombia, but I just show them my Texas license, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, it looks good to me. Whatever.
Okay.
Thank you."
Okay. Interesting. All right.
It works a little different there that way. I'll just say that.
Man, I'm going to start singing that song, Born to be Wild. There goes Kris down the road. See,
Yeah,
you're
there's
never
some
too
things
old.
like,
You're
you know,
never too old to do this stuff. I so like commend you on this. You're so inspiring. Seriously, dude. You are.
This is awesome.
Yes. So
Well, Kris, absolutely amazing stuff. Other than mydogischoking.com and paraswagusa.com, is there anything else that you do that we might want to go check out, or is it just your YouTube channel and your Instagram?
As far as the paramotor stuff, that's kind of it. You know, I have a few other companies that I run, but you know, they're software related and that kind of thing. So that has nothing to do with this. So yeah, you know, if you want a good laugh or two, you know, check out my YouTube channel. If you like socks, look at the Instagram. That's about it.
Okay, for all you sock fetish people, go over to his Instagram, just search for My Dog Is Choking and check it out. You'll have a blast.
very
All
cool.
right. Well, definitely. Well, thank you so much, Kris. We definitely appreciate
All
you.
right.
And I can't wait
Thanks,
to go
John.
flying with you. This is going to be absolutely amazing.
Let's do it in the fall.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Kris. We appreciate you, buddy.
See you guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
All right, guys, man, that was absolutely amazing. I had an amazing time. Every single time I do a podcast here, I just thoroughly enjoy it. Even when I want to really just focus on an hour, it never just works out for an hour. So
Yes.
good and bad, all in the same, boat, but we'll figure it out. So let's go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. So we're going to go ahead and start with Jim from Canada with his maple syrup smelling money and his Care Printing and Publishing over at carepp.com. Tell us a little bit about your store and what you do and how we can get up with you, man.
I've got a print shop and I do all sorts of printing, stickers, paper printing, business cards, door hangers, you name it. Whatever you put on paper, I can print, and on vinyl as well, and contour cutting, that type of stuff. And we've got a calendar program that we're doing at ppgcalendar.com. If you want to put one of your favorite pictures for paramotoring, you can put it on there, and we'll vote on it at the end of closer to the end of the year, and then see who gets into the calendar. And if you want a calendar personalized just for you, we can make that happen too. Just send me 13 pictures and we'll put it together for you. And if you mention PPG Grandpa, I'll give you 10% off your order.
Oh, I'm worth 10%. I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jim, for everything you do. I also heard that you got some decals over there.
We do. We have decals.
All right. In Canada, they call them decals. Over here, we call them decals. That's like we say aluminum over here. In some place in the world, they say aluminium. Is that
England.
Great Britain?
Yeah. And Australia does it too, I believe.
Aluminium. What kind of paramotor do you have? We got an aluminium paramotor. That's pretty awesome.
Mm.
All right. Well, thank you, Jim. I appreciate you, buddy, and all your maple syrup smelling money. And we also got James from jbppg.com. He does amazing stuff over there. Matter of fact, he's going to be coming over here in a week. Going to be hanging out over here with his family. We're going to be doing some flying and some stuff like that. And he might be bringing some gifts. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on over at jbppg.com and how we can get up with some amazing mugs and mouse pads. Are they mice pads? Meese pads? Tell us more about this.
Yes, I was glad you brought mouse pads up. I do mouse pads and tumblers and cups, coffee cups, to keychains, I do t-shirts and some other unique stuff which you can find on jbppg.com, which is there behind me. Hit us up there, make a free account, and get a hold of me from there for anything custom that you can think of. And yes, I do have a care package I am bringing down with me too. So you can announce that next week if you'd like.
That sounds good. I think he's going to be bringing a bunch of stuff here for us to give away, which is going to be awesome. I love giving away stuff. If you guys know anybody that has some paramotor related things that they would like to give away or just give away here on ClearProp TV Paramotor Podcast, just let me know. 501-747-3558. Send them over to Run Into the Sky. Our address is 3820 Dave Ward Drive, Suite 1900, number 111, Conway, Arkansas, 72034, and we will give them out. That's so awesome. I love giving away stuff. It's one of my favorite things to do. And we definitely appreciate you, James, and everything you do. And I can't wait to hang out with you, buddy. All right. We also got Will Fly from Will Fly PPG. Happy birthday to you. You live in a zoo. You smell like a monkey and you look like one too, and many more. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel and your touchmytip.com.
Yeah. Well, just check my videos out. Look for Will Fly on YouTube, or you can go to willflyppg.com, take you to the same place. Also, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, we do a podcast called Paramotor Hangout with Shane, Mark, and myself. It's going to be a great show tomorrow. We'll be talking about our escapades in Alabama and a few other things. So, yeah, check it out.
How do we get to that podcast?
You get to that podcast, you would go to ppgshane.com and it'll take you right there.
.com, ppgshane.com. If you haven't done it already, make sure you go to ppgshane.com. It does forward over to his YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe and that bell notification so you know when he posts videos and live streams. Because I tell you what, there's no filter over there.
That's right.
No
Exactly right. Never know
filter.
what we're going to say.
No filter. Scuba Steve, man, you just kind of slid in the middle of the podcast, but it's always good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, I just got back from Georgia, so we've been driving since 11 a.m. this morning, and I went through I don't know how many wrecks and traffic, but yeah, I do a show on Friday mainly about vaping, but we also talk about paramotors 8 to 10 Eastern. You can go to paramotordude.com. That'll take you straight to my YouTube channel.
And if you haven't done so already, make sure you go to paramotordude.com, hit subscribe and that bell notification so you know when he's posting about vaping and paramotoring fun stuff.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us, Scuba. I know that you would rather be sleeping.
I'm so tired.
But you joined us anyway, so thank you, sir. We appreciate you, buddy.
No problem.
We also got Ryan Rides, man. He does some amazing drone stuff. Tell us a little bit about your drone stuff, your paramotor, and how we get up with you, bud.
Yeah, I was actually, during the show, I was actually doing some design work that I was handed this morning. You can find me on at facebook.com/Starflight Drone Shows. That's where I'll be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Hit me up. If you have any kind of celebration you want to include drones in, hit me up. We got an awesome deal going right now. We'll travel anywhere in the country to come do a drone show for you. So hit me up. Let me know if we can help you out.
So, I'm thinking drone show, and for people that don't know, many people think about a drone. It's like they go up there and they fly around. What is this, like a little banner that hangs down off of one drone? How does this actually work? Obviously, I know, but, I'm trying to build it up a little bit.
So what I do is I program a fleet of drones to fly in synchronization and create designs in the sky at night. Each drone has a light pack on the bottom, and it gives off different colors that I program it or sequences that I program it to do, and then they go up and they do their flight and make some really cool things up in the air. So we can make anything themed, or if you just want to set a mood for an event, we can have the drones flying around and kind of setting the mood for a concert or whatever the case may be. We can do it.
That sounds absolutely amazing. So definitely thank you so much for hanging out with us, buddy. I know there's many things that you could do, but you chose to hang out with us on PPG Grandpa's Paramotor podcast on Monday night. Hey, you know what? Real quick, we have also an audio stream. Jack joined the room, so want to say thank you for Jack joining the room. That's listening to our audio stream. Lenny and Rosemary are all here, so thank you for joining us on our live audio stream. If you want to come over and see what we're actually talking about, you can always go over to iFlyParamotors.com or ppggrandpa.com to see the live show. And of course, our very own Linda Anderson. Man, I tell you what, without her, I don't think that we'd ever have a guest. Linda, tell us a little bit about Paramount USA and what you do to help us out. And I think that there's something else that you guys do on Thursday night.
Yes.
Isn't there like a very famous son of yours?
Yes. Robert Michaels is the host of ParaglidingTalk.com on Thursday nights. And that's kind of how I got my name Paramount, because I started getting more interested in what he was doing. That was like 2017, I think. And I've been following shows ever since. And then I just kind of jumped on this show. I thought, well, this would be fun to do. And I've been with you guys for like 4 years now. And it's every Monday. It is so fun. And I really enjoy like finding guests for the show. And because every time I do find a guest, it's a new friend and a new para friend. And, I learn about their adventures, and then they meet new people at we reach out to them and tell them about all the cool fly-ins. And I'm telling you that the para family just keeps getting bigger every time. So I want to thank you all and thank my chatters in the chat room and the viewers and everybody's been following us and watching our show on Monday nights. I so appreciate, because I couldn't do it without you. I couldn't do it without my team. And I just want to say much love. Thank you so much. And what else? Oh yeah. And then if you want to get up with me, it is ParamountUSA.com, which will take you right to my Facebook page. And if you want to be on my show and be a guest, a super duper guest, and you want to shine that night, just let me know and I'll get you all set up and everything and just have a really good time. It's a fun Monday night to spend with everybody. It really is. So
it really is. Absolutely. And I love doing this too. I mean, you guys are awesome. I really enjoy hanging out with you on the podcast, going out flying with you, helping students, which reminds me, we have Daryl Mitchell that's in the super chat, is one of our students. He said, Paramotor Arkansas has changed my life for the better. Sean is awesome. Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you and your company. You are an amazing guy. So I can't wait for you to come back and we can go fly around and have a good time.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
Anything else? Shout out to Brian and Bonnie. That's also over here for another week of training over at Paramotor Arkansas.
I know I get to meet her next month. I'm so excited at the Torchport fly-in Memorial Weekend. So I'm going to meet a bunch of peeps I haven't met in person yet. So I'm super duper excited about that. And getting up in the air. And, you know, I told you my daddy passed away last Tuesday.
Sorry
And
to hear about that.
I want to get up in the air and just say, hey, Dad, here I am. I'm going to wave to him and everything. Yeah. Say, you know, he can see me flying and all that stuff. So,
And we
yeah,
all
I'm really,
know, yeah,
really
we all
excited.
know he'll be able to look down and see you flying, and he'll have a big smile on his face.
Yeah. Yeah. He will. He will.
Absolutely.
It's
Well,
going to be awesome.
We love you, Linda, and
So next
Awesome.
Monday we have Jerry Fly in the house, and he is going to talk about the bad apples. He's so gracious to give us his time because he's going to be out at Bad Apples, I believe, and that's where he's going to do the show from, if I'm really understanding. So yeah, y'all tune in because he's gonna give us some, you know, good info that you guys need for that flying and all that.
Cool.
So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All
And,
right. Sounds like we're gonna have another awesome show. Definitely appreciate you guys. Wouldn't be able to do this without you. And I should have done
do
this
without you
because now we got this this board right here that we can write stuff up, but man, we just didn't do it.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh my God, way too much fun, guys. Anyways, thank you so much again. I appreciate y'all. My name is Sean Simons, also
you.
known as PPG Grandpa. We also run a nonprofit organization to help disabled people and disabled veterans get up into the sky, run up into the sky, run into the sky with training and also adaptive paramotors if you need them. If not, we get you amazing gear. Whether you can afford it or not, we'll make sure that you get training and get to fly. So anyways, check out runintothesky.org, and we definitely appreciate you if you want to donate. We are a 501c3 organization. Everything that you send to us is tax deductible. We appreciate you so much. And if you just want to cash app us, you can go to the Cash App, the $, Run Into the Sky. You'll be able to send us a couple bucks, and we definitely appreciate you. Anything else before we head on out, guys?
I think that's it.
Excellent. Well, you guys have an amazing day and an amazing week. Don't forget, tomorrow is ppgshane.com with paramotor, paramotor hangouts. Wednesday with paramotor girl for Flying Flamingo Jade. Thursday is paraglidingtalk.com. And
That's right.
Friday is paramotordude.com. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next week here on PPG Grandpa's Paramotor
Thanks,
Podcast.
I love ya.
We are just, I had so much fun, guys. I really did. And I definitely appreciate you. Kris, wait a minute. Kris.
You're hilarious.
Oh, I know.
There you go. I know, I wish it would warm up just a little more so I get back out, do my, my 4-mile walks again. It's only going to be, I looked up the weather, it's only going to be like 42 tomorrow. I'm like, boo, it has to be like in the 60s, like high 60s for me to, to walk. Just a nice little chill in the air, but not cold. That's not fun walking. So,
Guys, I'm gonna run. I got dinner in front of me.
Yeah.
okay,
So,
well,
Ryan, what did you want to know about that show, Ryan? I mean, they showed me the commercial like 18 times.
I have never even heard of it, honestly.
Well, what it basically was, from what I saw in the commercial, apparently this place out in Utah is UFO Central, and they take up a fleet of drones, kind of like what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had these drones in the air, they were just in a square pattern, and the whole center of the square started drooping down, and they couldn't figure out why. So some of the drones started coming down, and all the drones came down, and there was one light still in the sky, so they think it's a UFO. So I don't know. I know it comes on tomorrow on the History Channel. I think it's 9 or 10 o'clock at night. If you want to see it, check it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely look at it.
The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. That's what it's called.
I'll look it up. I've got a
Skinwalker Ranch, my bad.
I've got a flight that I'm going to be doing tomorrow of one of our signature shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just working on a design for our company demo night. And actually, hang on a second. I kind of wanted to show you guys this, but I didn't want to do it during the
Okay, so then we're going to say goodbye to everybody on the audio real quick. So goodbye, everybody on the audio. You guys have a good one. Remember, socks is the code for next week. And JB, real quick, has anybody claimed that mystery box yet?
No, they have not.
All right, so you want to continue the mystery box?
Yep, continue mystery box. The first person to get a hold of me at 309-255-8936 with the word mystery box. I will send them a pretty good little package.
All right,
Ooh.
sounds good. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you check that out. Give them a call, give them a text.
Yeah,
we're
I
on-
got to get back on that website because I want one of your stickers, James. So I'll get on there and see what you got. Get back on the website because I'm all signed up for it. So, and thank you again. I absolutely love that mug. It's just so
I'm
super
glad you
cool.
liked it.
So I can be like now during the show, I can be like your spokeswoman for, for the mug. So yes. So people can
So-
see. Cool
So
it is.
this is what I was designing.
Peace out,
during the show.
guys.